Quantum Mechanics by Maple is a complete course, contains 38 videos for beginners. During this course, students will be able to use Maple step by step in quantum mechanics. The first video of this series explains mathematical expressions, the second video explains mathematical functions, and the third video explains exact quantities and numeric quantities. The fourth video of Quantum Mechanics by Maple discusses the methods for converting exact quantities to numeric quantities. This video is the fifth video of this series and discusses the types of computations. The types of computations are connected with the types of quantities. Hence, for the correct understanding of the types of computations, we should have a quick overview of exact and numeric quantities in the third video of this series. In order to performing basic computations, we need to study the types of computations. There are two types of computations. 1. Symbolic, or exact computation. 2. Numeric, or floating point computation. 1. Symbolic, or exact computation. Symbolic, or exact computations, is the mathematical manipulation of expressions or functions, involving symbolic, abstract, or exact quantities. In symbolic, or exact computation, Maple evaluates expressions and functions containing exact quantities to exact results. 2. Floating point, or numeric computation. Numeric, or floating point computation, is the mathematical manipulation of expressions or functions involving numeric, or floating point quantities. In numeric, or floating point computation, expressions or functions involving exact or symbolic quantities are replaced by close approximations using numeric or floating point quantities. In order to illustrate and compare symbolic or exact computation and numeric or floating point computation, let's consider an example in Maple. Example: by using of symbolic or exact computation and floating point or numeric computation, solve the following equation. Sin x plus 1 equals cosine x plus 2. In order to perform computation and solve the equation by Maple, we will use the following methods. The first method, using context menus. To using context menus, we will follow the following steps. 1. Right-click the equations. 2. From the context menu, select Solve or Solve numerically. Now, if you want to perform a symbolic or exact computation, then select Solve. Maple computes exact solutions. If you want to perform a floating point or numeric computation, then select Solve numerically. Maple computes floating point solutions. The second method, using commands. To using commands, we will follow the following steps. 1. If we want to perform a symbolic or exact computation, then using the solve command. Maple computes exact solutions. The solve command is a general solver that determines exact or symbolic solutions to equations or inequations. If Maple does not find any solutions, the solve command returns the empty expression sequence. 2. If we want to perform a floating point or numeric computation, then using the fsolve command, Maple computes floating point or numeric solutions. The fsolve command is the Maple numerical solver that determines numeric or floating point solutions to equations or inequations. In the next videos, we will discuss more about exact and numeric computations by Maple.